Yo, what up? Welcome back to the channel where we mix fitness and music. So in this one, we're going to dive into a question I usually get asked very often when I go through my clients and they want to seek out another form of cardiovascular activity. And at times they feel like their job may be able to get them out. And the answer to the question, if you don't really feel like sitting through the whole video, is it does not work. All right. If you're trying to replace your 9 to 5 with your normal cardiovascular activity, it does not work. And I'm gonna break it all down to you right here. So first of all, what we need to talk about is what type of results you'll actually receive if you decide to try to replace your 9 to 5 work. Let's say your 9 to 5 is physical. All right. So we're dealing with a lot of physical activity. You could be working in a warehouse. You could be moving boxes from point A to point B for a full 8-hour span. All right. And what I'm trying to tell you is that does not equate to the same type of benefit that you'll get from your typical type of cardiovascular activity, which requires you to elevate the heart rate. And usually that's done for a duration that's completely up to you and your goals and what you have set out. But ideally, what you want to happen is for your heart rate to elevate and stay elevated for that long period of time that you have set out. And then usually you'll go into a warm up where your heart rate will slowly decrease, and then it'll come back to its normal pace. All right. So let's look at it like this. If you feel that you're going to get out, which probably happened to a lot of people, in many cases, a lot of people lose weight when they go to their jobs, right? And they're doing a lot of physical activity. In a lot of cases, most people maybe they haven't been doing anything. And that's usually the time when they benefit from these types of physical activity. So if you go from doing nothing, let's say I just kick it at the crib and I'm at home all the time. I don't really do much. I sit around, I watch TV, this, that, and the third. The moment I get out and I do any type of physical activity, it could be moving boxes from point A to point B for 8 hours straight. It could be 4 hours. It could be 2 hours. The fact of the matter is you're actually making that or doing that physical activity, and that's going to count towards your calories burned, which is what you don't normally do on a day-to-day basis if you're living a sedentary lifestyle. So in the beginning, to kind of seal the deal, in the beginning, for all those that say, oh no, I've seen a lot of good results after I've gone to work and after I, start my job doing my physical activity, I shed like 5, 10, maybe 15 pounds. All right. Everybody's going to lose weight in the beginning. That's the whole idea behind it. You're going to lose weight in the beginning, but what will happen over time is your body will adapt to whatever it is, whatever type of physical activity that you're actually doing at work. Your body's going to adapt to that physical activity, and it will no longer result in the same benefits that you're looking or what you've seen in the beginning. In the beginning, you're going to see all the weight peeling off, this, that, and the third, even regardless of if you're following the most strictest diet or not. If you're adding physical activity to your lifestyle, which you've never had in the equation before, is guaranteed to result in some type of good results, right? So you'll peel off some pounds in the beginning. That's cool. The part where it gets complicated is, let's say we go 3, 4, 5 months down the line and you're no longer losing that same amount of weight. And you start to notice, not only am I not losing that same amount of weight, but I don't actually feel the same benefit. I don't feel stronger. I don't feel energetic and things like that. Because the way that the gym works in comparison to your 9 to 5, which I hope this is the case, you don't want your 9 to 5 to work you harder and harder and harder every single time that you go in, or they give you a period of time and then they increase your work. You don't really want that, or I hope you don't. But that's what it'll take in order for you to see and benefit the way that you should, just as if you were going to the gym. So that's the difference between the gym and your 9 to 5. What the gym is going to allow you to do is you go to the gym. Let's say you haven't been doing anything. You go to the gym, you throw around some weights. Over time, you start to see good results, right? After you receive those good results, the results start to fall off a little bit. You notice that you're not seeing the same thing you've seen in the beginning. Now, what you can do in the gym is you can also add weight. You can add sets. You can add reps. You can add or increase the intensity. You can actually adjust your program to where it'll actually continuously benefit you. Now, if you pull up to work, you go to your workplace and you like, look, I know I lift this many boxes, but I want to lift more boxes. In order for me to continue seeing good results, I need to lift more boxes. I need to go faster, this, that, and the third. You could go at it. You know what I mean? But that's what it'll take in order for you to continuously see good results. Whatever physical activity your job throws at you, it'll only benefit you for a period of time. And over time, your body will adapt to it. And what usually happens in a lot of people's cases is all the weight that they lost, they usually end up gaining the weight back. Because once your body identifies that this type of physical activity is not giving the body any benefit or good results, it just doesn't really register as anything. It's now adapted to it. So whatever extra calories you take in, you're under the impression that you're out here doing all this physical activity, whereas the physical activity that's being done, it's not really registering in the body. So it'll just do it, get through it, and all the extra calories that'll come in, the only way you're gonna get rid of those is if you were to increase that style of physical activity, which again, if you're at work, I'm sure you don't wanna increase your work and make things more difficult for yourself, trying to seek out the loss of weight. It's in your best interest to actually designate the gym to you losing weight. And when you actually go to work, that could be your time where you actually, you utilize your performance and all what you learn and do in the gym, you use that when you go to work. And that's the way that it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to replace the gym with work. It just won't work at the end of the day, because again, you're going to have to continuously do more work, lift more boxes, move quicker, move faster. Maybe that is your goal. All right. Maybe that's your goal. Whoop-de-whoop. That's cool. If you work in that type of job, you got to set it up accordingly. And if you set it up, when it comes down to cardiovascular activity, you need to be mindful and understand that every time you stop and take a break and you grab your back, whatever, you stop and talk with your homeboys or whatever, y'all in the middle of work, all of this will have a result on what you're trying to do, the benefit you're trying to get. All right. You can't just raise the heart rate and then bring it back down, raise it up and bring it back down. Yes, that could be done. It's a form of exercise. It's called interval training. But in this situation, when we're talking about cardiovascular activity, the idea is to elevate the heart rate usually for at least 20 minutes at a time. And then you're looking to go into a warm up and bring your heart rate back down to a normal pace. So at the end of the day, do not try to replace your 9 to 5 with your cardiovascular activity. If you find that in the beginning it has worked out for you, you're going to always see that it'll work out for a period of time. And then over the course of so many months, however long it takes your body to adapt to the form of exercise that you're doing, when that actually happens, you will no longer see the same benefit that you've seen in the very beginning. So you're going to have to, at some point in time, invest in a gym, or you're going to have to invest in some other style of training, something that'll get you through that plateau, because the plateau is going to be waiting right there for you. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, don't try to replace the 9 to 5 with the cardio. If you gotta, stick it out and do your 9 to 5, and you are saving some money to eventually get a gym membership, further down the line, maybe a month or two, yes, go ahead and receive all the benefits that you get by getting physically active at your workplace. But in the end, you don't want to rely on that as your only form of physical activity, and you definitely don't want to rely on it as your form of cardiovascular activity. It just will not work. You also may not be able to perform the same on a day-to-day basis like you should if you were actually performing your actual training. All right. So your actual training, you get out there and hey, I'm going to run for 20 minutes. Cool. You can't have it when you pull up to the workplace. You plan on doing some form of cardiovascular activity for a period of time, let's say 20 minutes, and 10 minutes in, you get called down to the office because they need to holler at you about something about HR. You know what I mean? That's going to completely throw off your workout and all what you're trying to do. And you're going to suffer in the area of results. All right. Because you're not following through with the way that it's actually supposed to be done. At the end of the day, do not try to replace the 9 to 5 with your cardio. Do not try to replace the 9 to 5 with your actual gym needs. All right. Trying to build strength, stamina, endurance. All these things are better done inside the gym, where you have all the little gadgets and toys to enhance what you're trying to do. All right. Don't be out here trying to lift bins and, you're doing it with improper form, this, that, and the third. It's not going to equate to the results that you're really aiming for. All right. Again, 9 to 5, keep it where it is, just a 9 to 5. Your gym experience, your needs, what you're looking for, your goals, make that happen in the gym, and you can exercise all what you learn in the gym outside in the real world just to make life easier. But don't try to rely on what you do in life to make your gym experience better, or try to make your overall strength and body physically better. All right, it is what it is. Y'all know, conservative guy, I'm out.